Today, we're digging into a super practical process: estimate activity resources. Let's do a quick rewind on where we are in the project schedule management journey. We're cruising through the processes that help us plan, manage, and control the project schedule. Here's a refresher of the crew. 1. Plan schedule management. 2. Define activities. 3. Sequence activities. 4. Estimate activity durations. 5. Develop schedule. 6. Control schedule. Now we're going to dive into estimate activity resources. This one is so important, it actually lives under resource management in the PMBOK, not schedule management. This process is all about figuring out what people, equipment, materials, and even space are needed to get each activity done. We can't estimate in a vacuum, so here are the inputs you need on hand. Project management plan, specifically resource management plan. Scope baseline, project documents like activity list, activity attributes, assumption log, cost estimates, enterprise environmental factors. Think availability of resources, market conditions, and organizational culture. Organizational process assets, resource estimating policies, templates, and historical info from past projects. Here are the tools and techniques what you'll use to get it done. Expert judgment. Sometimes you just need that seasoned PM, engineer, or subject matter expert to weigh in. Bottom-up estimating. Break each activity down into pieces, estimate resources at the smallest level, and roll it up. Analogous estimating, using historical data from similar projects. Fast and less expensive, but less precise. Parametric estimating. Apply unit rates. For example, we need one designer for every 10 pages of a brochure. Data analysis, including alternatives analysis, where you compare options like make versus buy or manual versus automated labor. Project management information systems. Tools like scheduling software or resource tracking systems. Think of Asana or Microsoft project meetings. Get stakeholders, team leads, and estimators in a room to hash it out. Once you've finished estimating, you'll walk away with some pretty powerful documents or outputs. Resource requirements. What type and quantity of resources are needed for each activity? Basis of estimates, the why behind your numbers. Assumptions, constraints, ranges, and confidence levels. Resource breakdown. Structure. A visual hierarchy of resources by category and type. Project document updates. You may tweak your activity attributes or assumption log as you go. This process matters because if you underestimate your resources, you're headed for burnout, bottlenecks, or budget explosions. If you overestimate, you might waste money or delay other work. Estimate activity resources helps you build a realistic, achievable plan that respects both your team's time and your sponsor's wallet. Plus, you can't create a real project schedule or estimate durations without knowing who's doing what with which tools and when. This process is the connective tissue between your plan and your people. That's it for this week. If you're currently studying with PMBOK 7th edition, you're still in a great position because the new PMP exam that is aligned to PMBOK 8th edition launches in April. So you still have time to prepare using the 7th edition material. And remember, we release a new PMP video every Thursday, so be sure to subscribe and stay consistent with your study plan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.